So there are a lot of cool weapons in Elden Ring, so much so that you can pretty much go into any weapon class and find a very unique, interesting weapon to use. But if there is one weapon class that takes the cake for when it comes to being cool, it would have to be Colossal Swords. There's a total of 11 Colossal Swords in the game, and I am going to be using each and every one of them. We'll get to see the best, the worst, and the most underrated Colossal Swords out there, as well as some interesting setups that you can run if you want to have some fun. But for now, let's just get out of Caelid. Now, the first Colossal Sword that I am using today is the Zweihander. I am going with a Lightning Zweihander with Lightning Slash, but don't get it twisted. The Zweihander can work on pretty much any build. Just really solid scaling across the board for this weapon. Here is the light attack string for the weapon. This is just the basic Colossal Sword string. And the rolling slash crouching attack is, of course, crouch poke. And this, without a doubt, is the most reliable move for roll catching on Colossal Swords. Also, the running light isn't bad either. And the Zweihander does have a heavy attack string that it shares with only one other Colossal Sword. You get the thrusting heavy attack, then the upward swipe. Now, the reason why I'm using Lightning Slash is because if you hit the Ash of War into a light attack, it can actually true combo. Oh, okay. Good damage right there. Or good damage. Or good damage. And they're dead. I've missed using Colossal Swords, man. Let's see if we can hit this Ash of War combo, though. Oh, damn it, his poise was too high. So there is one exception to the true combo with this. And if they get hit by the lightning, but they have really high poise, you will not be able to true combo into the light attack. But I mean, even just hitting the Ash of War there did a boatload of damage. Good fight. But I mean, yeah, that is the trusty Zweihander. Again, like I said, you can use this with basically any build. The moveset is fantastic. You have good reach, great damage. Seriously, just go hog wild with this weapon and you'll have a good time. Now, I would do the Greatsword next, except I do have a very goofy setup for this weapon that I do want to show later. So for now, I'm just going to move on to the Watchdog's Greatsword. For today, I'm going to be running Poison Affinity with Poisonous Mist. Get some very nice strength scaling, as well as 140 poison buildup a hit. And as for this weapon's moveset, this is just the basic Colossal Sword moveset. Here's the heavy string. Obviously, you still get crouch poke. And it is sort of hard to call this weapon underrated, because while I do think it is, you also just have the Gugs, which is basically just the better version of this thing. Oh, wait, that didn't roll catch? That's insane. Yeah, keep eating those boluses, bro. You're gonna need them. Oh, I almost got the backstab. So close. And the great thing about Colossal Swords is if you have good timing, unlike right there, you can just constantly trade with people, like really easily. The close fight, though. Oh, wait, does he die? He dies! Let's go! I mean, he technically won that, but hey, GG's. Or wait, is it still gonna call it a stalemate? Oh, it is. But now that I'm thinking about all of the experiences that I've had with this weapon, I do kind of think that the Watchdog's Greatsword is sort of underrated. I think its only drawback is really its range. And outside of that, I mean, you're just going to get really good damage, and it can work with pretty much any build. So I think this is a solid option. Anyways, next up we have the Troll's Golden Sword. I have Fire Affinity, as well as the Eruption Ash of War. And this weapon I am just flat out confused about. I know nothing about this weapon. I've never touched it. And I think it's understandable as to why nobody really uses it. Like, I don't really think you can call this thing underrated. I think it's just not good. I mean, there's nothing really unique about it, and the scaling across the board is flat out worse than any of the other Colossal Swords that we've seen so far. And I think this weapon specifically is the quote-unquote runt of the Colossal Swords. I never see anybody use it, and just based on the scaling, I see no reason to use this over the Watchdogs or the Zweihander, or just really any other Colossal Sword for that matter. I mean, that damage was good, but I mean, every Colossal Sword's damage is going to be solid, so. Yo, what? Mr. Humanity. Hey, good fight, Mr. Humanity. What an interesting build. I've never seen anything like that. But I mean, no, seriously, I don't know what to say about this weapon besides... Here, I'll say this. In terms of the non-enchanted Colossal Swords, this one is definitely the worst. And remember, we still have the enchanted Colossals to get to, which are some of the dopest weapons in the game. And as for the last non-enchanted weapon of the day, we have the Greatsword, aka the Gugs. I'm going with Heavy Affinity along with the Braggart's Roar Ash of War. And it seems that a lot of people consider this to be the best Colossal Sword in the game, just because of how much damage you get out of it, the insane range, the great Ash of War selection, just all around this weapon is insane. Now, at one point, this weapon was an absolute terror in this game. The moveset is pretty much all the same as the other Colossal Swords, except the heavy attack string is actually unique. You get this nice 360 swing, and then this overhead. And this is actually the goofy setup that I was talking about earlier, because whenever you use Braggart's Roar, you get enhanced heavies and basically infinite hyper armor. And here's what the enhanced heavies look like. So they're slow, but they can literally one-shot somebody. Oh, that was just out of range. I wonder how much an uncharged heavy would actually do. Oh. Uncharged heavy did almost 900 damage, and I just tanked whatever he threw at me. What are you doing, bro? Oh, dude, I almost outspaced that. Gonna try to, like, dagger me. Yeah, or, like, crossbow me or something. Oh, damn, GG's. Oh, wait, that's a victory? Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. And I'm actually gonna jump into one more fight with this weapon because I do want to hit a fully charged heavy attack. Oh, my God. D-boy. Hello? Okay. Okay, I forgot that the run-up gives you like that shield bash effect where you can like stagger people if you're running into them. God, that's such a cheese strategy, but I don't think that would work against somebody with high poise. I don't think you would get the staggering effect. Now that is it for the non-enchanted Colossal Swords. We still have the 7 enchanted ones to get to. But before we get into those, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. And a quick reminder to click that subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Now, starting off with the enchanted Colossals, I have the Grafted Blade. There is nothing unique about its moveset. The only unique thing is the Ash of War, which is called Oath of Vengeance. And here's what it looks like. It lasts 60 seconds. And it gives you 5 points in every single stat. And as for the scaling, it has a B in strength and D in dex. And the Grafted Blade has always been a weird one to me, because I mean, yeah, you get this attribute buff, but then you get really nothing else past that. And it just makes me think whether or not it's actually worth using, as opposed to using, you know, even the Watchdog's Greatsword with a Ash of War, right? Okay, I mean, that light attack just did 670 damage. Not bad. Good fight, edgelord. And yeah, I don't really have anything to say about the grafted blade. You know, it's just a very basic colossal sword with a stat buff. Anyways, up next we have the Troll Knight sword. It scales C in strength, C in dex, and D in intelligence. And the Ash of War that you are stuck with is Troll's Roar. There's nothing crazy about the moveset except for the fact that it actually does have the same heavy attacks as the Zweihander. And Troll's Roar, for all you guys who aren't familiar, is an AoE attack that has a heavy attack follow-up. It can lead to very, very big damage, but more often than not, you're just going to hit this first part, your opponent's going to get shoved back, and then you'll probably just miss the follow-up. And I think this is another colossal sword that really flies under the radar. I mean, it does look very cool, but it's like, why would you use this when you could just use the Watchdog's Greatsword or the Gugs and put Troll's Roar on that? Oh, wow. That was quite a bit of damage. Nice charged heavy. What is going on with this dude? Is he okay? Yeah, take that. There's no way he's going for these guard counters right now. You madman. Good fight, Sid. I seriously feel like the Troll's Roar Ash of War is only good for the first part. The follow-up attack is simply too hard to hit. And speaking of Ashes of War that are hard to hit, here we have the Royal Greatsword with its unique Ash of War, Wolf's Assault. And I won't bore you with the moveset, it is just the basic Colossal Sword moveset. But no, Wolf's Assault looks like this. And I will tell you, from experience, this is one of the most satisfying Ashes of War to hit in the entire game. It does huge damage on top of dealing Frostbite. Honestly, it's kind of a crime that the sword itself doesn't deal Frostbite. But when it comes right down to it, at least in PvP, this is one of the hardest Ashes of War to hit in the entire game. Let's see if I can hit the whole thing here. Hey, not bad. Almost 1400 damage. And I think a big part about using Colossal Swords to their fullest potential really is just knowing what you can punish and when. Good fight. This is like one of the few times I've ever finished with a throwing dagger. And I'm just gonna say this. If you're gonna use Colossal Swords in PvP, throwing daggers might come in handy. And whenever it comes to PvE, I mean, hey, I'll just say it. Colossal Swords in PvE are mad fun, dude. You feel like a total badass. And speaking of badass, next we have the Ruin's Greatsword, which is just such a terrifying weapon. The light attack string is just basic, nothing crazy about it. Obviously, you still get crouch poke. But what's really crazy about this weapon is obviously the Ash of War, but also the heavy attacks. Yes, they do massive damage. And I mean, they're basically just smaller forms of the weapon art, which is called Waves of Destruction. And here it is. And yes, this also does an insane amount of damage. And while I do want to say this might be the best enchanted Colossal Sword in the entire game, there's a couple more we still need to get to that might take that title. Okay, the Aftershock hit him. Oh, nice, let's go. A little free aim. Hey, good fight, dude. Like, I've actually had a very subtle addiction to Colossal Swords for a long time now. Like, I seriously don't think that you guys understand the gravity of this situation. And in case you don't, next up I'm using the Star Scourge Greatswords. And what's really unique about the Star Scourge Greatsword is whenever you two-hand it, you actually get two of them, just like Radahn. And for all you guys who are curious about the Power Stance Colossal Sword moveset, well, here you go. It's about what you would expect. And then the weapon art Starcaller Cry is basically a giant enhanced version of Gravitas, with this nice follow-up. And I don't know what is up with the Gravity Ashes of War, but they always slap. They always hit super duper hard, and this one is no exception. Hitting the follow-up is kind of hard though, and if they do dodge the first part of the Ash of War, they can roll behind you and get a backstab. Nice. See, just like that. That was totally on purpose, because I was just trying to show you guys what happens when you use the weapon art willy-nilly. Yo. Good fight. Okay, let's just jump to the part where I hit the entire weapon art. Oh my, okay, so I guess I did hit the whole thing? Maybe? I can't really tell because of that lag, but hey, yeah, as you saw there, a lot of damage. Oh, so close. Oh! Oh, no way I outspaced that. Hey, good fight, M+. But yeah, those are the Star Scourge Greatswords. It really does make you feel like Radahn. Just a heavy hitter. Seriously, just a boatload of fun. And it looks like we are down to the final two Colossal Swords. We have the Godslayer's Greatsword and Malekith's Blackblade. The first one I'm going to use of the two is the Godslayer's Greatsword, as D scaling in Strength, B in Dex, and C in Faith. And this weapon actually has a faster light attack moveset than any of the other Colossal Swords, except overall it does do less damage. Very interesting swing arcs with this moveset. And obviously you still have the crouch poke, and the heavy attacks are just basic. And the really cool part about this weapon is, of course, the weapon art, the Queen's Black Flame. It has two stages to it. You get crazy hyper armor and even crazier damage. And this first little flick of the weapon art can actually stagger people, cause them to panic roll, and then they're basically rolling right into the first swing of the weapon art. Or sometimes people don't even understand that there is a second swing to this weapon art, so they get confident and just get lit up. In both PvP and PvE, this weapon just shreds. We got Ishin, hello. Should have went for the second part there. Whoa, what in the world? Ooh, give me that backstab, boy. Good fight. And I mean, yeah, there you go. One swing of the weapon art did like 1,000 damage and then some. Really just such a beautifully designed weapon. But last and certainly not least, we have Malekith's Blackblade. This is one of my favorite weapons in the game. It is my favorite Colossal Sword. I think the design is amazing. I love Malekith as a boss. I think he is super, super awesome. It scales B in Strength, D in Dex, and B in Faith. And this moveset has nothing unique about it, but obviously the Ash of War Destined Death is very, very unique. Here's what it looks like. And in addition to dealing immediate damage, this attack actually reduces the enemy's max HP and continues to wear down their HP for a short time. All right, who we got? My final opponent is Melania? See, just off of grazing them with the weapon art, not even hitting it, got a little bit of chip damage there. Yeah, stop you in your tracks. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Malekith, better than Melania. Confirmed. What is... Hey, yep. Oh, it's second phase. Oh my god. Oh. But no, dude, that spell definitely needs more buffs, I think. Hiya! Hey, good fight, Melania. You almost got me with that rot. Really, all I'm hoping now, though, is that some of you guys go and pick up this weapon after this video. It really is so good. Now, we have officially reached the end of the Colossal Sword weapon class. So real quick, go ahead and comment down below what your favorite or least favorite Colossal Sword is. If I had to pick a quote-unquote best Colossal Sword, I would go with just the Great Sword, aka the Gugs. It is so versatile, literally any build you want to use with it, it's going to perform. If there was one that I would stay away from, I would say the Troll's Golden Sword isn't great. There's just no reason to use it over the Zweihander, the Gugs, or even the Watchdog's Greatsword. And just as a weapon class, I think Colossal Swords warrant a different playstyle that is very, very refreshing. You have to pick and choose your moments a lot more, and you can really get creative with the roll catch strings and stuff. I'm just really, really in love with this weapon class. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to press the like. As always, if you want to become a fellow monker, all you got to do is click that subscribe and that noti bell. Again, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.